Hey guys, welcome back. You guys are gonna have to forgive me. Unfortunately, I have not been making videos of the harvest that I've been getting, so I certainly apologize for that. I have done 2 harvests on the leaves and stuff, so I did have more than this. This is probably about a week old now, give or take. So it's not gonna look that great, but please bear in mind it's been sitting in wet paper towels. I had them in a Ziploc bag, just a gallon size Ziploc bag, the freezer bag, but I didn't zip it closed. I left it open. I rinsed it and put dry paper towels in. That way, the paper towels I hope would soak up the water that was on the leaves and everything. So we've eaten a couple of these, and we've tried some of the big leaves too. Actually kind of feels like my fridge. It's a little cold on these little guys, but they looked much better, obviously. I don't remember if I took a video of these or not, but I do want to try to get just a quick little update. And as you can tell, like, this one's really poor quality now, so he's gonna have to get composted. This guy's really poor quality. This guy, he's not too bad, but he feels like he's not quite up to par. But these two are still quite beautiful. I do have to say, I live in Florida, so these are a bit bitter now. When I had initially started to grow them, it was it was close to our winter, and spring is just hit. It's, I guess, mid-April, so I guess spring's almost halfway done, something like that. I don't know, but I think I had about 7 leaves of this. So this isn't going to be a complete accurate or anything. Oops. Let's see. That's on ounces. Let's change that over to I guess grams. I guess that's the best unit of measurement here. All right. So let's turn it off. Turn it back on. Let it resettle on grams. There we go, and then we'll just pop those on. So it's saying about 12 grams. So I would say, because the leaves that we ate were bigger and more beautiful, and there have probably been about 3. I think I've had 2 sandwiches, and I think my wife tried one on one. So 12 grams plus 3 other leaves, probably about this quality here, I would say. So when I drop that one on, it's 2 grams. So like I said, the scale only measures in 2 gram increments, so this is probably not accurate at all, but just wanted to kind of show you. Plus I've rinsed them, and then they've been sitting for about a week, so obviously fluid retention and fluid loss and everything else is going to be impacting that. So my apologies again. So when I harvest these, I don't know if I should be cutting back this or not. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder in the background, but it's a storm, and my previous video I was out there, so now hopefully you guys will see why I didn't get better shots and everything. But not really sure how to measure this, because if I let those lay down. Alright, well, it says 40. These are laying down on the counter here. 38, so it's not completely. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is still touching. Well, it's close enough to not being touching. So it's 42 ounces, but that includes the stems, which the stems are fairly heavy. So so that was the first harvest. Like I said, it's been sitting. I did rinse it, so you had a water added to it, and then after rinsing, it's been sitting in the fridge for about a week. So that's the first harvest. Now let me open this box off camera, because I don't want anybody. It's just an organic lettuce box that you get from the store and everything. I don't want anybody assuming that the contents of this came from the particular vendor or anything. So I don't want to. I'm just reusing the container. All this stuff came from my garden. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that this came from them or anything like that. Let me be very clear, this came from my garden here and everything. So this is, let me see if I can prop this open here. this is actually lettuce that came from the I think it's the head, or maybe this is a kind of a pick and like cut and let it grow back kind of deal. I'm not sure, but here is this this lettuce here. I'll go ahead and just measure it out here. I think it's all on. No, remember this is after I rinsed it. This lettuce is actually quite still wet, so I guess I need to dry it out a little bit. A little bit afraid of what's of it going bad and everything. All right, so sorry my light popped on there, guys. There we go. I think it's better without the light. I'm not sure, but with this it's saying 38 grams, so that's cool and exciting. So I'm happy about that. Let me just get a paper towel here, and sorry I have to keep disappearing off camera there. Sorry about that, guys. Just set this off to the side there. Okay, there we go. So then I have a bunch of this particular lettuce too that I've harvested, and I had some huge leaves like this. So I'm just mainly trying to trim and trying to thin out what's there and everything. Like I said, guys, I apologize. This is all wet, so these numbers are not accurate at all. So please keep in mind that the lettuce is wet, and this is about 2 days after harvest. So just keep that in mind that these numbers aren't going to be completely accurate. I'm not trying to pad the scale in my favor or anything. I'm just trying to wash it and trying to preserve it the best I can, and then I'll try to make better videos as I harvest it. I do rinse it outside because they do have a lot of bugs on them, so trying to keep the bugs out of the house and off my beautiful lettuce. So this leaves there's about 30 grams there. That's what the scale says there. And then this is all the one kind here. So let's see if we can't. Oh, let me zero the scale. The scale's it is zeroed. Okay, the scale's a little funny when it comes to it. There's stuff that each side is touching a little on the, but it says it's 92 grams. So that's pretty good, I think. Not horrible, not great, but pretty good, I think. Give me 1 minute here, and I will now show you the first cucumber that I had that I've harvested. Wow, talking so hard. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. You can see here in the beginning it was struggling a little bit. Towards the end, this is when I put it in the 5-gallon bucket, and I mean you can just see the nutrients difference. I can't remember now. This is either in a 1-gallon jug bucket, which I don't believe that's the case, or it was in a or this was just sitting hydroponically in the red cup. I can't remember which it was. Maybe it started out in the 5-gallon bucket, and this is all it did, and then it towards the end it really took off. I do apologize. This is why I'm making videos, so I can remember this stuff. But this is the first cucumber. Like I said before on other videos, these cucumbers are more of a pickling variety, not a get as large as you can get kind of thing. So this one is a little bit, alright, 148 grams. So sorry. This one is a little bit odd shaped. I've noticed that they do that sometimes. I don't know if this is not enough nutrients or not enough water or what, but usually I like to get them when they're about that round, and probably about that long. Probably a little bit longer than this. I went ahead and cut this one off because that plant's leaves were starting to yellow, and I was afraid it has some other little cucumbers on it, so I was hoping that the plant would then devote the energy it was putting into this into growth. That was what my hope was, and that's why I harvested this little guy so early. So that is that. That is pretty much what I've harvested so far this year. From a gardening standpoint, it's not the perfect, not perfect or anything. Hopefully, I'm not doing things wrong and stuff. I do need to rinse the lettuce. I know water and moisture can can cause trouble with lettuce and everything. So I'm hoping that I'm not doing anything wrong, and again, using the paper towels to try to absorb as much of the moisture as I can. So I mean, that's just the way I've done it. I don't know if this is the way it should be done, or if it shouldn't be done this way, or what's going on and everything. So we will just have to wait and see. I know I'm using quite a bit of paper towels, but trying to just keep these little guys as dry and clean and dry as I can, in hopes that the little guys will survive. Oh, sorry, I was telling you guys that it's the lettuce has been a little bit bitter. I'm pretty sure it's due to the temperatures that we've been having and have had. The lettuce is obviously grown. A lot of people have worn. Oh yeah, this one had something on its top leaf there, so I just trimmed that off. But people have warned me, you know, be careful, don't grow it in the summertime here in Florida, because you know, it'll get you know, tangy on you and kind of bitter. So I am trying to get these little guys to bolt. I'm hoping to get some seeds out of these guys, and then hopefully replant during the summer, and maybe try to get these guys a little bit more acclimated to the warm summer temperatures and everything like that. So I don't know if that's good, bad, or if it will always be bitter. I'm assuming that there's always going to be a bitterness to it. I was quite disappointed when my wife was telling me that it was too bitter. She didn't really like it. You know, which I tasted it, and I tended to agree with her, although I'm still eating it. Even though it is bitter, it's not that bitter. It's just, you know, when I taste lettuce, I like to have almost a sweet taste to it, you know, almost. You know, I don't like the bitterness. So I mean, I guess if you're a bitter person, bitter lover, you like your food or don't mind your food bitter, then you know, this would probably be the way to go to grow it during the temperatures have been, I would say, mid to upper 80s has probably been the daytime highs. Obviously they're probably not going to be, you know, obviously the medium temperature is going to be lower than that and everything, but you know, essentially you know, those are the highs that it's getting to. So I'm not sure at what point the lettuce starts to become bitter and everything, what temperature and everything, but that would be my guess as to why it's bitter. I guess there could be a nutrients issue, or could have been a nutrients issue from the get-go, so that could also be some factors there, since I was going to raise these little guys in, you know, in those little aluminum cans. I have redesigned my aluminum can little designs and everything, so hopefully I'll be able to post those for you guys to kind of show you what I've done to try to improve. Because Jim was telling me that when they're in the cans, I don't remember exactly what he said, but essentially he said that the roots were probably not getting enough air, and so he said to be mindful of that, and to you know, to try to make it so they can get better air and that sort of thing. So my hope is to redesign the cans. It'll give me a large. I have redesigned the cans. I just haven't put it into practical use yet. I haven't planted anything in them yet. So, but essentially, it's one can as full size as possible, with another can cut and then made smaller inside the original can. So essentially, it gives me a much bigger reservoir than the previous ones did. Actually, I have cans right here. Yes, Mountain Dew drinker. Oh yeah. I can hear the forums now. But I love it. You guys can comment if you want or not comment on it. It's probably not going to change my drinking. But sorry, this video wasn't really going to be on this. I guess I'll save this for another video, but just know I've redesigned this to help with it a little bit. So maybe I'll go and get the can and I'll show you guys what I've come up with. Alright, well, thanks for watching. This is pretty much my harvest video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. You saw there's still quite a bit of food out there. Hopefully I showed that in the previous video. So hopefully you guys are enjoying my videos. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment if you want. So I know people say to say that, and they say it helps. So, you know, try it out. And I'll try to get back to you guys the best I can. Thanks. Talk to you later.